What's setting it up? Redirecting. Okay, so what I'm just discovering now, and it's totally okay, is what you and I are seeing is there's like a 2-second delay of what's going to show up on YouTube. But I can hear my own voice. All right, well, I just turned my voice down on our chat. And so you can hear me clearly, right?
Yeah, it's not as loud, I feel like, but I can hear you, yes.
Okay. So, well, if anybody is watching, they're just seeing us learn for the first time. Um, so I can see the chat, but I guess you can't.
Correct.
So, and which is fine, and I'll just keep an eye on it, and that's cool. Okay. I'm gonna split my screen here just to make sure I can see everything. Can you hear are my birds making noise in the
No.
background? Okay, good. Yay. That's a win. So many times when I'm watching videos, I hear people's dogs barking. We have the captions on here. Okay. I don't know if the captions were showing up for other people here, but I took them off. Okay, well, let's go. Let's start. Let's chat.
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha. So Amber, this is Amber with Star Council Legacy.
Aloha.
And I am Queen of Swords for Hire. And we're streaming here from our Enlighten Up Media group because this is our friend group, and it just makes more sense for us to be here. We both have bigger presence and following on Instagram and on TikTok. So if you want to get a hold of either of us, that is how you're going to do it, and you can see our names right here in the corner. So we've covered that. Oh shoot! Why is my excuse me? Pardon me. Really bad timing for my camera to go haywire, but that's okay. So Amber was telling me about, or Amber, tell us all about the volcanic happenings in Hawaii.
The volcanic happenings that about 3 a.m. this morning, Kilauea started her new creation coming out again. Yeah,
Wow.
it was due though. There was an earthquake yesterday in Russia, again off the coast, and it was a 7.8. So, and then there was a
Uh,
followed over here. There's a 4.0 earthquake on Big Island. So I had a feeling she was going to go off any minute, and she did. So that's currently going
wow.
off. So
Oh,
lots of
well,
intense energies.
yeah, we're gonna send a bunch of healing, positive. Hopefully, people were prepared, had some kind of warning, and were able to get away from that. So the volcano on the Big Island, obviously people are aware that that erupts, and there's a
It's mostly the Kilauea crater where that's where it's been active for over almost, I think it started in December last year. And so this is the 33rd episode, but this is like kind of a normal thing. About every 10 days this happens. Yeah.
wow. Oh, that's so.
So yeah,
How
it's
close have you been?
we actually, well, we went there in January, but the night it went off the next day as soon as we left, so we missed it.
Oh, wow.
So we still have yet to see it go off, but we went, to the site.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Huh.
great. And there's a huge rainbow, and where there was like steam coming out at that time. It was about to probably go off because it went off the next morning after we left. But there's a huge rainbow. I have a picture of it going into the steam into the crater. Pretty cool.
Wow. That's so, so you said it happens about every 30 days?
It's around every 10 to 15 days. It seems to
Oh,
be.
okay.
Yeah.
Not listening. Um, do you, so what's your awareness of it on Maui?
Well,
Because,
sometimes it can cause fog over here, mainly. I
oh,
mean,
okay.
I can personally feel it energetically, but as far as the environment, the Big Island gets the fog, and that can cause, issues for them over there. And then it's depending on the wind pattern, it can sometimes come over here and affect us in that sense, the fog. So
So what does a volcano smell like?
I, what does it smell like?
Yeah. Like, does it have a sulfur
Like
smell or just smoke or
I
just,
mean, I didn't, like I said, it wasn't going off when we were there,
okay. And
uh,
so you don't pick up any smell because,
but yeah,
huh,
no, it's more of like you can see it in the air. It gets
yeah,
like smoggy, kind of looks like, smog basically.
right.
And if there's no wind, it can just like sit, in our in between in the
Okay.
valleys. So, but that doesn't happen that often. That's why the trade runs are, that's what they're best for too, is to help keep that moving. So
Hmm.
it's not too much of a, too much of an issue
Happening
over
here.
here, but it can be certain times. So
Okay. Huh. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I've never really thought about that. Like, but what would the atmosphere feel like near a volcano, or what would it smell like, or,
yeah,
I'll,
yeah, and it depends on like if you're there and which way the wind's blowing and stuff. So you don't want to be anywhere near like it coming towards you,
well,
obviously.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Does it make the
and
air pressure change, or is it humid?
actually, it does rain usually after it goes off, so it does create
Huh.
rain in the environment usually when that
Yeah.
happens.
Okay. Yeah,
So
like it's probably sending so much heat up that it's changing the atmosphere in the sky. Okay, I know you're not a scientist. I'm sorry. I'm just
no,
think thinking about things I've never thought of before. So friends and family, thank you so much for joining us. And apologies in advance as we work through any technical issues. I think we got it. The only thing I have observed, because we're doing this through Zoom and then live streaming to this channel, is there's a slight delay, which if you're communicating with us in the chat, it shouldn't make any difference. But Amber and I are multidimensional. Hi, Sage. We are multidimensional being. Well, okay. Let me say this again. Every human being on Earth is multidimensional. Amber and I remember who we are. So if you have any questions about um, anything, from astrology to your current life situations, relationships, um, starseed tribes, ghosts in your house, anything, like we can both go in and tell you what we see and what we feel and what we observe. So by all means, ask questions. That's kind of in the future. I'll probably put that this is going to be a Q&A, but that's what we're setting this up for questions and answers. And we also have cards. So if anybody wants a card pull, um, by all means, this is all, these are free. Everything I just mentioned is free. We're just happy to be here. Let's see. Well, we're about to leave Virgo and go into Libra in a few days. And Virgo's opposite you being a Pisces. And so we just had a Pisces moon. Oh, the blood moon. That was cool. That was really cool. I did everybody out there in YouTube land. Did you see the incredible full moon that we had like a week and a half ago?
Yeah, on the lunar eclipse.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're in between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse on the 21st. It was
Yeah.
September 7th, I believe, was the full moon lunar eclipse.
Oh, Sage just said that she let the other guests in the other room know to come over here. Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? Hey, Monica. Um, no, I know what I did wrong, but I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, that's right. So my friend Monica just showed up in here and we were texting that day, talking about the blood moon. That was really pretty. Hi, Donna. Dynamite. That's very cute. Like dynamite, dynamite. 555. That's my favorite number. 5 is my favorite number. And
A lot of 555s I'm seeing over here every day, all day.
yeah, that means change.
Big
And
change is coming.
big change is coming. And yeah,
Yeah.
I have a 5 right here, tattoo. My son was born on a 5.
Me too.
Uh, yes, yes. I tend to get along with other people that are like me. I'm a portal birthday. I'm 2-2. And throughout my lifetime, I've met other people, and when on occasion, I've had a really strong connection, and I find out that they're also a portal birthday. And then, of course, I also get along really well with people on 5s. My son is the 15th. No, my son's the 5th. My partner's the 15th. It just comes and keeps coming. So,
There's your sign.
yeah. Yeah, Monica, your birthday's coming up, huh? 10-4.
Happy birthday, Monica.
And then Donna, you are a Scorpio. Yes. So y'all are in line here. No, 13's a 4. So Monica is asking, she says 13 is the best number for her. Is that weird? No, because it technically ends at 11, so it would be a 4. So if you really wanted to look up the meaning, numerological meaning, why that works for you, would look up a 4. And that's the extent of my knowledge in numerology. I studied it for a while when I was younger. Okay, Donna, most days nothing exciting or eventful happens to you. So what does your higher self do until then? And does the oversoul set deadlines to my higher self? What do you think, Amber? I'll read it again.
It's like one part is those are multiple questions in there.
Yeah, okay. So the first part is most days nothing exciting or eventful happens. So what does her higher self do until then? So what are those in between quiet
Focusing on
periods in
yourself.
between? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that self-care. Keep
Yeah.
focusing on yourself.
Um, and then does the oversoul set deadlines to her higher self? No, everything happens in divine timing. Your oversoul is aware. Okay, that's the second part. I'll answer that one first, and then I'm going to go back to the beginning of that. Your oversoul is if you want to visualize this as a video game, the oversoul is who's controlling the character. So you're the avatar on screen. There's a lot of background people. There's a lot of non-participating characters that don't mean anything. Those are distractions. But when it comes to what's actually going to happen to you on this journey, that's the oversoul who is pretty much your higher self and your oversoul are pretty much the same thing once you start to remember who you are. Um, we, the answer is always you, or the answer is always me if you're talking to yourself. So if you want to know where you're, if you want something to happen in your life and you always hear the words manifesting, you want to manifest something, you speak it into existence. You can communicate with your oversoul, who is the operator of you, and you show up in every lifetime and on every timeline, your actual soul. What do you want to say about that, Amber?
The I am presence within us, when it becomes aware of that's, that we are the creator, then we can take action and use our consciousness to change anything in any moment, because everything is constantly changing and everything's happening right now. So ultimately, the I am within you is in control of everything, and you can change anything that you want in any moment.
The reason when you start to go through your ascension journey and an awakening, as we often hear it, the reason that happens is because you start to remember who you are, and you start listening to your oversoul and your higher self, and it becomes a group chat instead of um ignoring. Okay, so when you start paying attention to your instinct and your gut feelings and believing in yourself and loving yourself and trusting that you really can do anything that you set out to do, when you start stating to the universe, I I'm happy, I'm joyful, I love my life, everything's going to be okay, and you truly believe it and mean it, that's when the veil becomes very thin between your 3D journey here on earth as an avatar and your oversoul as the one that can already see everything that's going to happen and has already happened. Like, we have that in us, we just forget. But once you start remembering, that's when that's when a lot of your multidimensional abilities kick in as well. Okay, and then at the beginning of that you said, so what does your higher self do until then? Very often, no, always. So when we start to gain an awareness of our consciousness, we start receiving major activations and downloads. And that's when you notice that you might have a dark night of the soul, but then things start getting good and you start getting excited because you can see your manifestations happening. There are in between periods when this 3D version of you just needs a minute. Like, so much happens, whether it's happening while you're sleeping and astral traveling, or you do a light language activation, or you have a really cool psychic maybe session, and somebody tells you things that like wakes up these memories in your soul. I believe that when we receive something, especially an ability, because this is what's happened to me, like when I received the gift of light language, I got the entire alphabet, thesaurus, dictionary, I got it all. I didn't know what to do with it, but I got it all at once. And then it took 2 years for me to like really put it into action. And now it feels like the most normal thing ever. But that's what your higher self is doing until the next big one. It's allowing it to come in so that this body can handle it. Okay. Hey Shannon. Hi. Sorry, took me a minute. I wanted to really answer. That was a really good question. So I wanted to make sure we covered it. And Amber, did you want to add anything else to that?
No, it's good.
Okay. Shannon, lovely to have you here. And your son's 23, so he's a 4. And Monica, that's probably why when you see 444, you really like it, because you match the energy of 4. So you can look up angel numbers 444, or what is the numerology of 4, like just start doing some searches like that, and I bet it's all going to resonate and actually really speak to you. Sage, she told Monica happy birthday. It was very sweet. Okay. And Monica, you were born on the 4th. Yeah, see, there we go. And so was Donna. So we have a big 4 energy in here right now. Sage, do you think zodiac signs have influence over what goals and manifestations people choose? Like in regards to health, finances, love, and magic. What do you think, Amber?
I just feel that the planets, everything is energy, so it all goes back to energy. And so I do feel that the planets have an effect on us, just like the moon has an effect on us. And so I feel like it does affect certain areas of our life at certain times because in within balance, I guess, because if it was happening all at once, it would be too much for the human.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's like these energetic portals working with us, through us. It is us.
Yes. Well, and going back to the oversoul, I believe that when we decide to come here and play this adventure, this and take this journey, we make a decision that I want to learn this and I want to learn it through these people and I want to work on this and I really need some tough lessons over here so I get it this time. I believe that we because we have divine choice that we do choose our signs. Now, I think the more comfortable you are with your personality and your existence, you probably nailed it when you picked your sign, and the lifetimes when there's more chaos and not as much synergy, you probably picked a sign that doesn't vibe exactly with your core personality and your core soul, and that's when you're going to learn a lot of lessons. So you can do it through turning up the heat or easing in. Yeah.
And then like the eclipses and all that, play into it obviously too.
Yeah.
And the earth and her earthquakes and the volcanic eruptions, all the things, right?
Yeah.
It's all connected. It's all
It is all connected.
us
Everything.
having
Everything all at
experience.
once everywhere.
Yeah.
Hi, Shauna. Hey, Shauna, you could just jump on and answer these astrology questions, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you.
girl, let's hear it. Come on.
Shauna said so eloquent and beautiful. Loves. Thank you.
Thank
Um,
you.
and Monica, you get the group chat part. That's cool. Good. Good. Well, that's the thing. We make things so difficult and they're not. Some of these concepts are hard to grasp. Like when you hear people mention the term timelines and that we're coexisting here and on another timeline living a completely different life. Um, for the longest up until just recently, that was always termed as a past life or a future life, but people are starting to adopt um, sorry, I have quail next to me and they're talking to each other. Um, really, that's what throws. I can go live on YouTube, but a quail throws me off. Um, but yeah, timelines, concurrent timelines. That is a hard concept to grasp until you just back off from it and realize that it's almost like a dream life. Like you're probably visiting your other timelines and other families when you're astral traveling anyway. So it's not as complicated as we make it, but we can only handle so, like you were saying before, this avatar can only handle so much. Okay. Oh, Shauna Ava would love to hear our intuitive perspectives on the fake moon concept.
The big moon
Go
concept.
for it. Oh, I have my theories. Yeah.
It's just all source having its experience, and it's all it can all it's you said it, it's a dream within the dream. And the only thing that has meaning is the meaning we give it.
This is true.
And so it's, where do we want to focus our attention?
This is true. This is
But
true.
um yeah, it's all it's we're remember, dream master Shauna Ava. This is the dream. We're in the dream. We're waking up within the dream. We came to be the antivirus.
That's true.
God
Uh,
consciousness into this dream. That's what we're here for. We're plugged in. We got to remember to ground, get into nature. All of you. That's the biggest message I have for anybody right now is just go be in nature as much as possible. Get
go
back to your roots in the nature.
go
Uh,
hug a tree.
just yeah.
Okay, so I'll go there, Shauna, because I think you're provoking us. Like I was very nice to hear um Amber's beautiful, always beautiful, world's greatest texter over here. And I'm going to make your day better just by being in it. That's who Amber is. Okay, so the fake moon concept. So are you talking about the back of the moon that we supposedly haven't seen, but clearly we have, where there are um, secret photos of like industrial buildings and a landing, like we've landed on the back of the moon and there's government stuff going on up there. There's also the belief that the moon is a simulation and it's actually has a whole um, Earth type, maybe not Earth type, but like it has the inside of the moon has um, is a station. I've also heard that the moon is actually a ship and disguised as the moon, and that would be the best disguise ever because we're constantly staring at it and sending energy to it. Um, but in the end, like you said, it's where you place your attention.
And I do believe, or there's a stream of consciousness that yes, is it the question is it organic?
Yeah.
Is it part of the organic Mother Gaia blueprint template? Is it organic? What is the answer to that?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Is it like, is it organic or not? I mean, it sounds like from the ancestors, it's probably not organic, right? It's was placed there supposedly, and then so it could
It
technically
affects the
be,
tides.
it could, yeah,
Yeah.
and so it could be, it's definitely, you know, a portal of some sort, and it can be used as it. Just remember, from the highest perspective of all, it's still part of this game that
Mhm.
of awakening. It's playing a role. It's playing a huge role in this awakening, whether it's and it can be used in both polarities, right? It is being used, I would say.
Yeah. Well, in so many different ways, from
Yeah.
gravity to a nightlight to manifestations. If you anybody that has experienced a 20 and back situation, I can speak more on that if anyone's interested. Not me personally, but anyone that says that they've done 20 and back, which means that they were picked up by our government or a secret service and sent off for 20 years and came back in this timeline, like a day later, they would say that they have spent 20 years on another planet and very often the moon. So,
Well, it's funny, like we have all these telescopes and this, that, and the other, but it's like we never see any of the other aspects of the moon. You
what have
know?
you seen, Shauna? Can you
Yeah,
just,
yeah. Tell us your
I,
perspective.
yeah, Rayon has the link to the Zoom, so feel free. Even if you come on, if you don't want to be seen, you're welcome to come on and speak on this. Um, okay, so
What is it?
there have been some other comments here, and I don't want to miss them. Oh,
I guess it goes back to what do we want it to be used for? That's the key here, right? It's like what feels best to us and what do we want to visualize it being utilized for, and just like
yeah. When it comes to
our
astrology,
intention, can change obviously things, right?
yeah.
They say that there's water on Mars now just by our
Mhm.
intention that we want water on Mars, supposedly. That's, but was
I just heard Billy Carson talking about that. Yeah. Um, the moon in astrology where your moon placement is accurate AF. So it's doing a good job in astrology. I'll give the moon credit for that.
I
For
mean, I've
that.
been paying attention to the moon for so long, like it's definitely energetically affecting us in so many ways. And it could be looked at, you know.
Yeah, such a trip, huh? Okay. Um, okay, so we're gonna go to this next subject here. So my friend Shannon in Texas says, "Hi ladies, my mom passed away this year and a friend shared that she felt a connection between mom and Lemurians. What impact might that origin have had on her?" Do you want me to answer?
Go ahead.
You want to think about it? Okay. So Lemuria is pre-exists Atlantis. This is going to sound like I'm just making shit up, but this is the current belief. Lost lands.
This
Um,
this is for Shannon because this is what Spirit told me to bring it today.
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And so it told me that to bring this to the, so yeah, if she wants to read this book or look into it.
Okay. Lost lands, Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon. So Lemuria pre-existed Atlantis. I'm just going to share what I've learned collectively and I agree with. Um, when Atlantis existed for a very long time, a million years ago, um, it was the entire Earth continent. Before Atlantis, there were Lemurians. Lemurians were beautiful, wonderful, kind, extremely enlightened. Everything came from love society. They when the collective shifted to the Atlantis mindset, it like here, it mimics a lot of what happened here. Technology moved forward, most of it through crystals. Um, and a lot of advancement happened. And so that merged into the Atlantis construct, but the Lemurians were before that. There is a city underneath Mount Shasta called Telos, which is one of the bases of Lemuria, and it also extends to the Hawaiian Islands. Um, I don't exactly know the geography of it. And okay, so that being said, if your mother had a Lemurian connection, then she has, well, okay, so the reason that you are as powerful and clairvoyant as you are, Shannon, comes from your mother's side to begin with, not because of knowing this. And sorry about her passing, but just know she's just in another room. This is a blip. Your souls will be together. She's here right now. Um, you, the bypassing of all the things that don't matter and going to the heart of everything coming from pure love, your mother harnessed that and brought that here on her journey and shared that with you. And she I'm gonna assume that your mom may have had some gifts with her like she was probably pretty aware of her multidimensionality. I feel like her mom and her mom's sister also probably had a pretty strong clairvoyance, and that set a signature down through your family. But her connection, she would be, everyone has always existed. Like our souls, you hear old souls, it just means that you remember your past. But she would have been like one of the origin souls. I'm sorry, do you want to add something, Shannon? That's who I'm talking to. Amber.
Um, just that it's time for her to remember her lineage through the Lemurian timeline template. Shannon is a Lemurian priestess as well, and I think her mom is wanting to activate that within her and remind her of that, and maybe that a lot of that stuff in that book will help her reawaken
Mm-hmm.
that within her.
It's a water-based culture. There's a strong connection to water with Lemuria. And so if you find that your senses might be like, everyone has conversations in the shower, but you can use that to actually channel messages and information by being in bodies of water. I would, the first thing I would do to accelerate that connection, because I agree with you, Amber. I do believe that Shannon's mom, the reason Shannon was gifted that message is because her mother wanted to make sure she knew that it's going to set her on this path of discovery and looking more into Lemurian um, light codes, light languages, and ancestral history. Get some shungite, but like there's a higher version of shungite, and start putting it in your water bottles. And there's a lot of health benefits to having shungite in your water. I just keep it in my main water sources, and so then my water's always in it. But I would, and then you can also put quartz crystals in your water. And when you do that, start telling them that I want you to help me reconnect with pieces of myself that have been dormant, and I'm awakening my Lemurian side, and I'm asking my crystals to be part of that bridge and that connection.
And the water, like you said, program the water to
Yeah. Yes.
bring those memories back because
Yes.
water holds memory.
Yes. 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 And again, our condolences.
Yes.
But she's not gone. She's
No.
just in the other room. um, Monica, you lost your mom 2 years ago. Monica just lost so many important people in her life that the victim mentality would say give up, but I feel like that this is a huge turning point in your life, Monica, where the people that you have learned a lot from and really witnessed beautiful things through, and like participated in life lessons and things, they chose to step away at this time so that you can stand on your own more. And losing a loved one always hurts, but if you utilize this and you don't feel like a victim and you don't feel abandoned and alone, you can take this energy and step forward like we all do now. We are the result of our ancestors. And so when really important people in your life leave, it allows you to rely on yourself more and keep the lessons and keep the love, and we can miss them, but they wouldn't leave unless they knew you were ready.
Yeah, and they're just here saying you can call upon them anytime. They're right next to you, and they'll always be with you until you tell them
Yeah.
otherwise. Yeah.
Hi, Jill. Jill's in Alaska. Jill's in my bucket list state. Okay, Sage, you have a random question. I had a client earlier. Okay, are you listening, Amber?
Yes.
I realize that I'm the only one that can
Get my
see this.
ADD under control. Got it.
No, no, that was all about me. I'm reading, I can see it and you can't. And so I was like, wait, okay, I'm about to read this. It had nothing to do with you and all about me. I have a random question. I had a client earlier that has narcolepsy. Do you know what that is? Oh, you were in the medical field. Um, and so for everyone else, narcolepsy is when you fall asleep in the middle of something, like like your body just shuts down and you fall asleep. Okay. There's way more to it scientifically, but it's falling asleep when you're not planning for it, especially. Okay, so I had a client earlier that has narcolepsy. We were discussing what the roots are and curious what your perspectives might be onto why people have it energetically.
That's a good one, Sage. Good one.
As a Pisces, I think you
It's
could.
kind of it's interesting. I'll have to tell you guys on a side story what happened to me at Burning Man with someone that was narcoleptic. So it's so weird that she brings that up. And yeah, interesting.
What so what came up when, okay, without telling us the story, did it make you start contemplating narcolepsy?
Well, the person before they went, basically ran out of their meds.
Mm.
And so then
And still thought
started
Burning Man was a good idea.
then they decided they would take Adderall to try and keep them awake, and then that caused really bad effects, and then ultimately they ended up going to psychosis.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just interesting, like that she would bring
Well,
that up. Like the
that's
first
how to
time
not,
I've ever even heard.
yeah.
I mean, the second time I've heard of narcolepsy, and I've never really even heard of it before that.
Huh. Well, it's like me, my first thought to as an answer, or like my first perspective of that, was our body, that is a body leaving a situation that is overwhelming it, whether it's on a physical level, emotional level, or mental level. I'm not sure, because it puts the avatar in danger. Like if you shut down, it would be like taking heroin and all of a sudden you're just gone. So why, yeah, that's really interesting. Like
Like
why,
it'd be curious to, like
what
tap into
triggers it?
that person's,
Is it a nervous system thing?
because I mean, it could be a lot of different things, but it's probably ultimately like a overwhelm, like you're saying, maybe like ultimate system, like overload,
It's
like
like your
maybe
car
is like
overheating.
completely
Yeah,
so sensitive to energy, that they don't really know how their body works or runs. And so like everybody has a unique, everybody's unique in their own ways, and everybody runs differently, like different cars, right?
right.
And they require different fuels and this and that. So it's like, each individual soul is patterned differently. So it could be, I'm gonna,
I keep getting that's it. I don't know if this is true, but I keep getting it's like a nervous system thing. It's like your nervous system gets overloaded and you shut down for a minute
yeah.
so that your body can send the right neuron impulses and connections and like reset itself, and then you come back. But the other thing that, now I don't know if this is true, but I could see how it would be a very intense response to abuse if someone suffered abuse when they were young and had to shut down and
I was gonna say, yeah, she had
decompartmentalize.
to, yeah.
Yeah, so I know I don't know in this person's situation, but I could definitely see how it would be another version of disassociating, but you're physically
Like
doing it
the
too.
physical body just can't handle whatever
Yeah,
it's processing. And right now it's like, we're going through so many different upgrades, and the bodies are acting, certain ways, and so it's like shutting it down.
hmm,
It's like if you're not going to listen, it's like shut down, like in it,
yeah,
it's like,
wow,
so
yeah.
it could be, yeah,
That's
for
very
sure.
interesting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what
Interesting.
your
Yeah.
perspective, Sage. Okay, Shannon says Monica. Oh, so Monica had said to Shannon, I'm sorry for your loss. My mom had also passed away 2 years ago. She's so vivid in her afterlife. I hope in yours. I hope she's your mom is vivid in your afterlife as well. Okay, so then Shannon says, Monica, she is. I'm so sorry for your loss as well. It is strange because it's like a new relationship with her too, but I miss the physical aspects of this body-based life. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, girls. I know it's got to be so hard. Yeah. Sending you all love.
Yeah. Well, and that also shows that you both had positive relationships with your mothers, where
That divine mother, nurturing energy is really present right now and holding us, and the ancestors are really here to support us for whatever this energy coming going forward is. And so
yeah.
just know that they are here to assist in way bigger ways that they could when they were here on earth with us. So they're just stepping up to the next level for us. So grateful for all the ancestors and their assistance right now in these energies and these times.
Yeah. Well, if you believe that we have a lot to do with our blueprint before we get here, we write in exit points. And um, the reason we're all still here is because we've chosen not to take some of those exit points, even when things got really hard and we contemplated it. When our parents leave, it's because the book that you were writing together doesn't need that character anymore. But it learned from that character and it
Or to
loved
be a
that character.
catalyst for whatever's
Yeah.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you carry on, you keep the good and you carry on and you share the life lessons and you share, you can step into their, you can, you step into your own power, but it's almost like you've been given like some armor and some jewelry and a crown and things from that person. And so you continue to move forward with the gifts that you received and you keep them alive by being the absolute best version of yourself that you can be. And that's how you can respect their memory. Okay. So Donna says that my friend is a recent amputee below the knee. She is experiencing the phantom ghost pains and at times just knows that it's there. Is she timeline jumping where her leg is still there? What do you think coming from a medical, but Amber worked in the
I mean,
emergency.
that is common to have phantom leg pains when that stuff happens because it's like the energetics of it, you know, have been, severed, I guess, in the physical, but
Mm,
energetically, it's still there, if that makes sense. Like,
mhm.
um, yeah,
Yeah, that's really interesting. Well, our brains perceive it to be there
yeah,
like that. We were just talking about loss and missing people. I would that of course anybody going through something that traumatic is going to still associate your brain created patterns that her are okay. Everyone's brain creates patterns and connections that we don't even think about or acknowledge for our entire body. Just because one part is removed, it doesn't mean that it's not still there. It's just the physical part of it isn't still there. Ah, that's fascinating. Um, well, I'm really sorry that your friend went through that. That is an extremely hard lesson to have to continue on her journey and try not to be changed, but that changes you down to your core. Um, I'm sure your friendship is probably really important to her. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. So sorry. So you can't see these. Okay. So we had some responses to comments or something that we said, and then Shannon says that it was that you're okay. So the strong multidimensionality awareness of your multidimensionality was on your mother's side, and it comes from your mom's grandmother, so your great grandmother. Yeah. Um, and then Shannon says that I bought a Lemurian quartz and placed it in her cremation urn before I buried it. Oh, that's cool.
oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Sorry. I'm not trying to be insensitive to what you just said. I was just I just heard information about Lemurian quartz, and I have a bunch of pieces that I bought in Mount Shasta. So when I heard it being talked about, I was paying attention, and they were explaining how there are these lines and striations on Lemurian quartz, and that's how you know it is different um, from regular quartz. And when they were saying that and showing it up close in the camera, I was perceiving it as a language. So the code and the language is on Lemurian quartz. I think. And that's an amazing stone to put in with her urn. And I've never thought about anything like that. That's really cool. Uh, okay. Oh, and okay, let's see. My friend Sydney's here. Sydney says, looking at Louise Hay's book, Extreme Fear Can't Cope, Wanting to Get Away. That's the title of the book?
No, that's the reasoning, the root cause of it, the narcolepsy. Is that what she's talking about?
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's yeah, extreme fear, can't process, the reality of what's going on, like too much overwhelm, overstimulation of the fear of the mind, and can't, and so it's
Okay.
probably nonstop running, and it needs to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got super distracted because there's a synchronicity that happened when you said that. But I want to make sure that you speak on are you done? Okay. So the computer that I'm looking at right now came from Louise Hay's office.
Really.
Yeah, my neighbor in the last place I lived was the IT guy for Hay House, which is I'm in San Diego and it's in Carlsbad, which is 25 minutes from here. And myself and my bakery received a lot of computers that were older, or like when they get a new computer, he donated them to us. I'm looking at Louise Hayes, not her personal computer, though we did have her personal computer at my bakery and also her iPad. And I delivered her birthday cake. I delivered her 83rd
Oh,
birthday cake. Yeah. Um, but that was really smart of you, Sydney, to pick up that book. And Amber is an expert in the body's responses to things and why things show up a certain way. And what last year when we were going through a medical scare, which wasn't true at all, a false diagnosis from my boyfriend, Amber helped me so much with explaining the role of the kidneys and okay. Sage then says, my client also gave me permission to share. She had a tumultuous childhood and has issues with processing emotions. I told her it's most likely a safety mechanism. Yeah. Yes. So I must have been channeling you, Sage, when I was perceiving.
always stems from childhood trauma, and
Mhm.
that's why it's like can be so many different things, but at the root of all of it, it's childhood unsafety for the most part. The root.
I I wonder if narcolepsy is considered a psychosis issue in the same way that like multiple personalities or schizophrenia, because those would also be escape type behaviors
And
that are
they're probably just so overwhelmed. They're probably have an open crown chakra, basically, and
mm,
they're just being overwhelmed with information, and it's so much for them to process, and they don't know how to ground. And
all right, Sage.
so maybe
There you
I
go.
don't know. I'm just coming up with this, but
Yeah.
it's it does all go back to the nervous system, right? And we have to learn to rewire, just like we have to rewire our brains and being
So
mindful. And
I wonder if there is any kind of physical warning when you're about to fall asleep if you experience narcolepsy. Like, is there something that your client could do when she feels the onset of it, if she even does? Because I don't know if that's possible, but maybe you could help her with like through neural programming, that when I start to get this sensation or this vibration or this, or I start to feel really tired, like is there something that I can, maybe through hypnosis or um okay, what I would say is if she experiences that, if that's even a possibility, pay attention what's triggering it, what's going on, especially the stuff that's not obvious. What's bringing it on that's not obvious in the room, or you just heard in the background on the TV, or you know, like I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Um,
I keep hearing like tell her to give herself Reiki.
yeah. And she still lives with her parents as an adult because she's afraid. Her body fails her the moment, every time that happens, it kills her self-confidence. Like how if if you fear that that's going to happen to you, it's going to make you afraid to do every single thing in your life to save you from embarrassment, from danger, from dealing with the issue, if that has any, if that's a component to it, which I'm
It's a
assuming it
stuck
does.
loop. Yeah, it's a stuck loop in the
Yeah.
mind that's causing it. And so it's like a pattern, a remembered pattern. And so there's something like you're saying it's probably is triggering it, or it's just complete over
Yeah.
everything and not knowing how to deal with their energy body.
I keep thinking of the TV series United States of Terra. Did you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Okay. First of all, one of the funniest shows you'll ever see. I think it was on HBO. It is such a powerful, powerful show about multiple personalities and how they take over and why. And oh, the lead actress is phenomenal and her name just escaped me. But if anyone finds this interesting, go find the show United States of Terra. It is beautiful and powerful and really, really, really funny. But there, as she starts to unlock her traumas, she new really deep hidden components of her come out, and she starts to, and you witness it in the show, and I'm our conversation is making me think of it. Okay. Oh, and she developed her narcolepsy when she was 12. I would say that if it is something that she developed to protect herself, living at home could be where it started. I mean, most likely she was 12, but also we it's almost like this is really strong, and I'm not trying to this is not my opinion, but it could be something like Munchausen by proxy, where we are so conditioned to the trauma that we feel like we have to stay there, like we deserve it for some reason. So she's staying in the place that caused it, and then it keeps happening, which prevents her from moving out because she's afraid that it's going to keep happening. So it's almost like she's blocking herself, she's in her own way. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I might be completely talking out of my ass, but if narcolepsy is associated with trauma, she could probably cure herself by getting out of there, but I don't know if her house, like something, she could have been in a car accident when she was 12 and her house has nothing to do with it, but living at home with the same parents. Yeah, I mean, like not very many people have more than two sets, but she is constantly reliving her childhood by being there, which really prevents you from growth as an adult. And so there might be some ties, like she's made such peace with that fear that she'd rather live there where she can't escape it. But I'm going real deep on somebody that I don't know, so I'll just keep the rest of my comments to myself on that. Okay. Um, oh, Monica, you're feeling the love. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, Shauna, sorry, you want me to send the if by send it you mean the link, Rion has it.
She would
Here
send
I challenged Shauna like 30 minutes ago, and she's like, send it, and I just now see the comment. Okay. Oh, and then Jill is sharing. Okay, sharing information with Sage on narcolepsy. Let's see. Is it Allie? Allie Mitchell? Hi. Nice to see you. Yes, we're going to be on. Amber and I have made a commitment that we are going to be on every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's going to be every topic under the sun. We're going to always open it up to question and answer, and we're going to respond to the chat. So this is us, and a few other people will be on here with us as well at different times. But you're going to control the narrative of the conversation. So anything like this is a community where we all have so much in common, but it's really hard to find each other. Like almost all of us hardly know anyone else in person that has these thoughts and these belief systems and these questions. And so we're here to make you feel very welcome and included, and we will take our shared knowledge and our perceived concepts of things and try to explain them as best as possible. Okay, Shauna, I'm going to send you that link. I think that's what you meant.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, bad. Okay, hold on. Ah,
Get Sean on there.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, sorry for that. This is the real time. Like this is you're seeing like life as it happens. Okay. Uh, Shauna, we have you weeping on your drive. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, we don't want to make you cry. Get on here. And if you have ugly cry face, you can get on here without, although I can't imagine you ever being ugly, but you if you're going to join us, you can just do it without the you can put a funny picture up there. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, Sydney, two questions. Number one, is the birth date one's number in numerology? And two, will you please do a card pull? Yes. So numerology is based on a few things. Jill H up here could probably give you way better information than I'm going to, but numerology, it's the day you were born, it's your entire birth date. Like I'm 2/2/1971. I add that all up and I become a number. Oh, I know your birthday, Sydney, but I'm not going to say it out for all of YouTube world to hear. Um, Also, our name. Our names have number associated with it as well. And so when you do your name and your birthday, you get three numbers. One is your heart number, one is your life path. I forget the other one. I studied this in my 20s, which was only like 5 years ago. But okay. And then Sydney would love a card pull. And Amber, Sydney is a phenomenal artist who has been in the group activations, mind-blowingly talented artist, and a Sagittarius. So if that has anything to do with what you're going to pull. Oh, Allie, I pronounced it correctly. Wow, my parents would be so proud. They were both educators. You'll be counting on us? Okay, well, thank you. We need that. We need to be held accountable. We
Yes,
appreciate that.
thank you. So grateful.
Uh, Amber's pulling a card here in a minute, so I'm going to read the next comment. So, Allie, I heavily resonate with the conversation going on, minus the narcolepsy, but I'm on the precipice of moving out again, but very afraid to have that conversation about it with my parents, and I don't know why. Oh, Sage, thank you for enlightening me. This is a different Jill. Okay, not my friend, not our mutual friend in Alaska. Okay, so Allie, the the reason that you're afraid to have this conversation with your parents, and okay, none of us are mocking anybody that moves back in with their parents. When I had my son, my mom passed. I had my son and I moved back in with my dad, and it was some of the most stable years for like 3 years. When I was there, it did a world of good. No one is making fun of anyone that moves back in with their parents, and a lot of us end up doing it to take care of our parents when they're elderly and they need our support. So we're not I'll make I statements. I'm not in any way saying that you shouldn't live with your parents. Um, but the reason that you're afraid to have that conversation with them about wanting to move out is because you're people pleasing. So don't present it to them with the fear that you're going to hurt their feelings. Don't be afraid that you can't do it without them. If anything, you could start the conversation with them by saying, I am so lucky to have been raised by you that I am able and capable of moving out on my own and starting a new path in my book. And it doesn't change anything in our relationship. It just means that it's time for me to discover who I am, not under the safety of the people who raised me. And you'll also, it's going to create an awareness in you that you don't have while you're at home, with the memories and the personalities and behavioral traits and things. Like, even if your parents are absolutely wonderful, you're not growing the way you could be on your own. And that's why we move out. So you got this. You can do it.
Is that who wanted the card?
No, my friend, sorry. No, I was answering another question. So my friend Sydney, who's the artist in the Sagittarius.
So I got Sovereign Coercion.
Is that the Lyran deck?
No, this is
No.
the Unveiling the Golden Age. I don't know
Okay.
if I should get the camera to do it.
I'm going to let you take over. So Sydney, Amber is doing a card reading for you now.
Kind of.
There. Perfect. Is that a lion though?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I'm going to stop talking.
No, you're good. Sovereign Coercion is the Emperor card. It's honor your boundaries and maintain them with integrity. Lead by example. And then maintain an appropriate awareness of dominance, control, and possessiveness. Also be careful of becoming overly caught up in the strict rules, regulations, and rigid thinkings and actions.
Sydney's also a teacher.
So.
Huh.
Letting go. Not sure how that resonates with her. I can read a little more if she wants, if it resonates.
I'm feeling yes. Do you want to do a 3-card spread?
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. I'll read this. The traditional image of this card is a powerful stoic leader, someone whose demeanor calls for authority and respect. The emperor represents the role of the parental, fatherly protector and provider. This is the archetype of firmness together with fairness, alongside knowledge, expertise, and rationality. When we embody and emanate security and stability, others feel safe and trusting. Drawing this card is a reading calls you to be strategic, responsible, and disciplined. Adhere to the plan until it's complete. This card may also invite you to take on a leadership role or welcome more of this energy into your current reality.
All right. There'll be a replay of this, Sid, so you can.
And then you want to pull 2 more for her?
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't show me. I was gonna say if it showed me the minute mark on this. Well, it's 5:08, so it's at the pretty close to the 1 hour and 8-minute mark. Okay, Sydney, if you want to replay that and hear your reading again. Sydney's saying thank you, and she says yes with an exclamation mark. So I believe your card pulling is being received very positively.
So we got 4 cards actually. The next one's Macrocosm, 2 of Earth Guardians.
Oh, that's pretty. That would be a cool tattoo.
Yeah. All the planets we were talking about earlier, you know?
Yeah. Sydney, I just got that you drew something like that. I wonder if that's synchronistic with something that you've been working on.
The first card, Sovereign Cohesion, is the card number 4. That was the number we were talking about earlier. So I thought that was funny.
Oh, yeah.
And then Macrocosm is 65.
Which is 11, which is a 1. Or no, it's 11. Yeah.
It is time to take a step back and see the bigger picture. Assess your goals and priorities. Where can you cultivate more balance in your life? Sorry, my eyes are not the greatest and the lighting's not in that great. Okay. So this card implies that you are juggling many different priorities and responsibilities. You might be coordinating it all, or you might be a little overwhelmed. Perhaps you are rushing from one thing to the next, feeling like nothing is being done efficiently, with little opportunity to rest. It is time to bring in some coherence to cultivate a better system that works for you. The time it takes to streamline will afford you a clearer mind and more time in the long run. take a step back and consider what kind of reality you want. When you reset with new momentum, you'll be surprised at the grace of the transition. Start with clear foundations, order your priorities, and focus on them. There may be times of the day that suit your head space more to complete specific tasks, write lists, and then step ahead of due dates. And then I got 8 is origin of light strength.
Origin of life and strength.
Origin of light. Origins of light.
Of light. Okay.
Strength. Card number 8. Connect to the inner strength of your spirit and face challenges with courage. It's kind of like all the same theme, right? The teaching here is inner strength. When you connect with your spirit to overcome any obstacle, the stamina and persistence you need are sourced from your commitment to something profound and divine. Let's see, discover tools that support you to call on what you know, restore balance with ease, and help you to re-energize. Perhaps expand your repertoire and explore new methods of strengthening your inner core to help maintain inner calm and peaceful exteriors in times of challenge. Avoid anything that suppresses your true nature, as this will only take you further away from what you are cultivating. Add meditation practices and other means of finding your center. Assessing more of your life force energy will help you maintain the strength and confidence required to overcome this challenge. Know that any extra time it takes to succeed will afford you more energy and efficiency, and in turn, gift you back more than it took to begin with. And then the next one, the extra bonus card, 40 or 34. Direction and delegation, Sage of Light Codes. Let's see if I can get it.
The Sage of Light Codes. That's cool.
Yeah. I can kind of. It's time to lead with clear foresight, maturity, and grounded inner fire powering your endeavors. Accomplish your goals by gathering and directing your support team lovingly. It's all the same exact theme. What does she have to say about this?
Thank you. I'm sure Sydney's taking it all in right now. Well,
it's this card again saying step into leadership role. This card represents efficiency, so it's just guiding her to do things a little bit differently with more ease, right? Like work wise, not hard.
yeah. Also, okay, so Sydney says, so rad and perfect. Birthday number is 4, by the way. The deck is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
So Sydney, I kept getting this this part of your life, you've always been a very spiritual person, very creative person, but you're delving deeper in a way that you haven't in the past. And I think you're trusting yourself more and you're remembering who you are more. And it's creating a conflict where you have to function, you have to work, you have to, at least you're teaching art. So you're still using your creative medium, but you're also playing by other people's rules because that's how this matrix is set up. You have to follow a certain curriculum. You have to give grades. You have to whatever. So it's creating a conflict because your awareness and consciousness is growing and your comprehension of what's beyond this basic bitch of earth. And so now you are working, it's almost like your foot is in 2 different worlds. So you're very expanded and very awake and very open to all these new possibilities that you're discovering, even though you've been on this path for a long time. I feel like you've kind of you're stepping in and owning it now. And it's making you question how you're supposed to be operating in the other version, because you still have to in order, to exist. So I feel like those cards were saying, stay in your sovereignty, stay in your authority and authenticity. Don't compromise there. Find other outlets and other ways like this to get this newly remembered, this expanded version of yourself. But just don't close this part off. Like, this is the more important part. The new awareness of yourself is way more important. And it's harder to operate in your day-to-day life with this new information and this new knowledge, but by staying sovereign and authentic, you
What
can
is
do.
what is her bigger picture, the macrocosm of what she wants? What's her passion? What lights her up?
I would have to let Sydney.
It's
Yeah. Well, okay,
like
Sydney, that's for you to contemplate.
is the school, it sounds like maybe it's time to move her art in a different direction, maybe, and do it in her own new way, where
Yeah.
she's sovereign and not, in whatever system that's being disrupted to her system now. What she's doing, I don't know what her situation is, but
Sydney's saying love and art
love and
are,
art.
are her macrocosm and microcosm.
And is she good with where she's at? Like,
Sydney's always good where she's at,
is
but
she like a school teacher, like in the
yeah,
system? Is
yeah,
that what it is?
yeah. And I
So
mean,
it's asking her to, it's telling her, to know that she can do whatever it is that the big picture is that she really wants, and to make sure that nothing stands in the way of that, and to be her sovereign self. Yeah. And just to call upon the light within her and just focus her attention, even though it might be scary or whatever, that she feels like it's not possible. It is, right? It's like, no matter what, if that's your passion, if that's what sparks and lights you up, then you just follow that and everything else will follow. And it keeps you open in that flow, and that a flow of abundance. So just know, no matter what it is that you choose to do, that it will work no matter what, and just stay consistent. That's it.
yeah, it's hard being a Sagittarius and having wanderlust for knowledge and journeying and adventure, um and Sydney's extremely talented, so you don't have anything in your way of your talent except having to function in the day-to-day life. So, like, yeah, marrying those two. Um, we I will jump off to something else after this, but Sid, I was compelled to grab these septarian stones, which is interesting because I was just hearing about them again, like the Lemurian stone. And I hardly ever hear of these. These are dragon eggs, dragon stones. This is the inside of them. They're really cool. And they look like an egg. And I found these on a road trip back from Sedona when I went through Quartzsite. At this, we stopped in Quartzsite probably to go to the bathroom and get water or something, and I found this like tent set up off the side of the road and found the coolest, like, seriously, this is something that would happen in World of Warcraft or Dungeons and Dragons, when you stop and you meet the wizard and you buy the stones. That's where these are from. And I connect these with my son, who's also a Sagittarius, and so it's interesting that I kept thinking of these. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody about these or brought them up on a session or anything, but so you might want to look up, I swear it's Septarian stone, and it's the dragon stone, in your travels near crystal shops or just on the internet. Sage had to take off, and she says, "Thank you, Queens. This was so much fun, and appreciate all of your insights. Sending everyone here sparkly fairy blessings."
Love you, Sage. Appreciate
Yay.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have about 10 more minutes, so that we're not keeping y'all past an hour and a half. Does anyone else have a question? whether it's a topic or I can channel something. And Amber can too. Amber and I sync up, our brains and minds sync up constantly. It's
I can always do a quick little like astrologically my little notes here of what's going on in the cosmos and like kind of guide everybody through this eclipse energy. Um, so it's calling for us for emotional cleanup. The eclipses in Saturn retrograde are pushing for emotional honesty. Old patterns or wounds might resurface for healing. It can feel intense, but it's necessary if you want growth. Release and renewal, let go of things that are draining you emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. These might be beliefs, relationships, or even habits. Balance and structure with Mercury and Libra, Venus and Virgo and Saturn's influence. There's a strong push to bring order, fairness, and structure, especially in how you relate to others, how you communicate, how you care for yourself. Be flexible. This is important, I feel like. Uranus retrograde suggests that surprises may happen or plans might shift. Don't cling too tightly to what you think should be. Adaptability will serve you. Connection and self-service. Virgo Pisces polarity is prominent, so service to others and self is in contrast. Don't ignore small details, health routines, well-being while tending to deeper spiritual or emotional needs. So that's kind of just what we
and
can.
and we're headed into Libra season, which seeks balance at all costs. So when there are upsets and getting out of one's way and everything, and that's all happening in under the torrid meteor showers. I think October is going to be a big month
Yeah, I
with
know.
what you just said.
Whatever energy is gonna come through this eclipse and the new moon and um, this, and then you have the three-eye atlas to add a flare into all that too.
Yes,
So that's affecting us as well.
there's
So
so
be gentle with yourselves,
mhm.
patient with others, and compassionate, and just remember everybody's, you know, all their wounds are being brought up right now to heal, and so we can either help hold space for that or get triggered and ask for
Mhm.
more healing too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and speaking of as an Aquarius ruled by Uranus, um, my life is just one constant surprise, and it's fine. I live for it, but I every day I either say out loud or share it with somebody else. It's never the incident. It's never the event. It's always how we respond instead of reacting. It's always how we define ourselves after the event. It's always how we continue forward after something happens, be it big or small. That's why that happened. So the event or the situation hardly matters. It's always what we do with it, how we wear it, how we define it. Are we a victim of it? Are we stronger because of it? Are we utilizing it? Are we keeping it as a tool? So when those life upsets come, Sydney said about the last part of her reading and what we were talking about. Love that. Thank you. Thank you all. Picked up a bloodstone the other day, the slightly different. I think you all are so appreciated.
oh, love you. Thank
A-
you.
and you'll see Sydney in the next activation. Oh, I do have a monthly group activation. If anyone wants to be part of it, just hit me up on Queen of Swords for Hire at Gmail on Instagram or on TikTok, and I'll respond there. Donna, you said the DNA question above. I don't see something that says DNA specifically, but I do see where you wrote, wow, I'm 65, November is 11, and day is 4. So you had a very synchronistic reaction to our conversation.
The cards are always for everybody. You know,
Yeah,
even if
yes,
for one, it's always
absolutely.
in the collective what everybody needs to hear.
Mhm. Always. Yes. And um I wish I could go back in and rename this episode to Big Four Energy, because that's apparently what this is. So everyone go and look up four numerology, because we're all here for it. Shannon says, beautifully said. Thank you. Okay, the DNA question. Did I answer that, Dynamite? Was that when you were talking about your age? Is that what you meant by the DNA question, or did I completely miss something above? And if so, I apologize. Um, I'll give you a minute to respond on that. Did we answer everyone's questions that okay. The Lemuria. Oh, you want an expanded explanation on Lemuria when it comes to how you harness it in your DNA? Uh, everyone that's here, if you're here for this live, you are definitely a very conscious person with you're able to remember way back into your past and bring forth versions of yourself uh, that you utilized when it wasn't such a shallow existence. So Earth is great. We're great at this time. I'm super happy to be alive right now, but we have a lot. The matrix is at its finest in setting up fear through school, religion, big pharma, the top 10 list, right? So everyone that's here, if you showed up and stayed with this and you're able to grasp the concepts that we're talking about, you are clearly capable of going way, way back into your origins and pulling forward power that allows you to conceptualize this. And you're not being held back by fear of religion or fear of what we're talking about, right? So, okay. Okay, so the DNA question above, Donna says Lemuria being incarnated during Lemuria, I was experimented on as my first time during your first time here. I would say that probably happened when so maybe your first life here, you came in as a Lemurian when it was entering into the Atlantean age, when things were starting to get more like they are now, when experiments were happening. And you're asking, and Don is asking, am I here to balance the scales for the children?
How does that feel to her inside when she asked that question?
I'm getting more that you're a leader, that you have a leader mentality, and that you're the type of person that affects everyone around you. That, like, when you speak, it's eloquent and powerful and from wisdom. And so people will stop and listen to you. So you can affect change and you can affect shifts and um by balancing the scales, I think the best way that you, if that, I mean, you wouldn't have wrote it unless this feels like you. So by being a leader and utilizing your authenticity and your sovereign, like Sydney's reading, by being sovereign, you're demonstrating to children and to your peers and your family members that the best way to move through this existence is to be yourself and to be strong and be capable. Don't allow things to block you. Don't live through fear. So being a Scorpio, you do see the darker side of life. You do, when you contemplate things, you go to depths. So you're not a negative thinker, but you see the darker reasons why things are the way they are and the origin of how they got there. and how they could be better, but you tend to sit in those darker thoughts, and you're aware you're aware of the more negative side of things, even though, again, I don't feel like you're a negative thinker. You're just aware of the nastiness of humans. And so that's why you're worried about children, because you know that there is evil, like it's where we put our focus. But um so the so continue to be the brightest light in the room. Continue to show up and be your best version of yourself, and continue to be very encouraging and very supportive, and telling others how much you love them, and then also telling them to love themselves, and teaching them to also be the brightest light in the room. So if you need a reason to get out, like you say, I do see the darker side. So if you need a reminder to get out of that Scorpios get stuck. They get stuck in, not in like critical or anxiety or judgment. Like you don't have a nasty personality where you're judging other people, but you have the ability to go there and think darker thoughts and contemplate why humanity has that has that dark side when we're all supposed to be heading towards the light. So every time that starts to come up and you get stuck in that cycle, think of children, and then think, I need to be the brightest light in the room. I need to remind myself I love myself, and I'm going to go out and show them ways to love themselves as well. Yes, you can absolutely be a Care Bear. She said, be a Care Bear. Yes,
You
be a
are
Care
Care
Bear.
Bears. Yes, we all are Care
Yeah,
Bears.
yeah.
Exactly. Go back to your childhood, go back to that. I think that for her, I'm also a Scorpio moon. So I've always guided to work with children too. Like, I think that we're here to, the children help us bring the joy back into our life, that
Mm-hmm.
the darkness kind of, it can get dark, it can get heavy. So I think being around the children, and uh, especially the kids now, they're just on a whole nother level. They resonate more towards our frequency than most other adults, honestly. Like, when you work on yourself and you get to
Mm-hmm.
this point, then these kids are already coming in activated, and
Mm-hmm.
they are on a whole nother level energetically, so even like with my niece, she is super high functioning, and she doesn't even like to use words. I just
Yeah.
realized that it's like, oh, like she just doesn't use words, she uses feeling to navigate the world. So um yeah, the kids are definitely, what we're here to change this world for, in the bottom line, whether you're working directly with them or just working towards a greater future for them through us, and being the example, like Kimberly said, just be the mirror of the best versions that we can be in any situation.
Yeah. Donna, I'm also getting that you're a protector, kind of a warrior spirit, and you feel like you need a rescue, like you have that protector rescue theme. Um, you can shift it into, instead of coming from a fear-based place, because when you're protecting someone, there's danger, and enlighten these kids to stand up for themselves. So take it out of a scary place and put it into a enlightened place. Like, I believe in you. You are strong. You can use your words, speak up for yourself. Like, give them the tools to protect themselves. And then you don't have to worry about protecting them and rescuing them as much, because you're going to create a little army of Care Bears who are happy, and also are awake and aware and don't need to. Very young children will always be victims to any bad people, but you can, yeah, you can be Xena. You can be Xena for a few minutes when you need to. And then at all other times, you can sit down with them, like Amber was saying, and just channel your inner child, and channel your fun and whimsy, and that when you go out onto the playground and you lose all sense of time and everyone's friends, and like when you get into that energy, you can affect a lot of progress in children.
Yeah, and just it's
Yeah.
important for all of us to remember as much as possible, go back to when we were children and go back to that feeling of doing what you love to do and bring that into the now.
Yeah.
That's usually your sign of where you're gonna feel the best moving forward.
Yeah.
Don't take
Yes.
it too seriously. Remember, it's just a dream. You're in God's mind's dream, and it's all just here for evolutionary growth. And takes a lot of pressure to create diamonds. So y'all are shining bright out there. Thank you for being with us and being on this journey with us and coming to earth right now and sharing your frequency, and we're all doing our part, and just keep clearing the distortions of what's not you and the programs of ancestral traumas. And we're here to help you guys if you need help with any of that, and we love you. And yes, thank you for being here. We support you.
Two things. It, as we are heading out, pull a card for Monica, but also if anyone's interested in the mycelium network and how you can microdose to get deeper into your self-awareness and get and remove blocks and get out of your own way, reach out to Amber at Star Council Legacy on, well, that's your website, and also on Instagram.
StarCouncilLegacy.org. The star has two R's.
Yes.
But yeah, if anybody.
Amber and her partner are gardeners.
Yes, we garden. It's a fairy.
So this is your connect right here.
Look at the crystal grid, the mycelial crystal grid of Earth. I may assist you with that and connecting back to who and what you are.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right. Oh, the
For
card
Monica.
is home, Monica.
Home.
Home. And this is from the Beyond Lemuria deck. And so let's go ahead and read that.
That's a really pretty card. And I know that we're a few minutes, we have a slight delay, so I think Monica put 3 hearts on the screen before you even showed the card had a heart.
How funny, of course. And
Yeah.
it's 31 is home, so there's 4 again.
Oh, and that's Monica's number. Okay.
All right, heart-based presence, grounding, finding home within yourself, wherever you are, the body as a temple for the soul. Travel, finding family wherever you go, occupying yourself, connecting to your unwavering infinite depths and the collective oneness. I'll just go to the divinatory meaning. This card invites you to align with your temple space. Consider all the amazing things your body does and how you effortlessly move through reality. Become aware of the many gifts that come from a deep sense of truly occupying yourself. Often, very intuitive souls exist within the upper chakras and may struggle with the density of humaning. You may not feel like you are from here, but as though you are more accustomed to navigating a world with different parameters. At this time on earth, it is a blessing to have the vessel of a body. It is an opportunity to make a difference, so celebrate it. You have dreams and visions and may yearn to float around in more etheric realms, but it is when you are fully grounded and present in your bodies that we can actualize these ideas and make a difference. Be grounded, find your home as just a little tree. The deeper our roots, the higher we can reach into the heavens. Yes, so grounding everybody in these times. Most important thing. Being grounding. Go for it.
I'm going to add to that. Donna, yes, you are correct. Hit Amber up. Shannon, yes, text me. But you're both right. You perceived mycelium network. And Monica got the goosies, goosebumps, and she was crying. And Monica, you and I have matching tattoos. Can I get it there? There we go.
Yes, and if
The
anybody wants to learn Reiki, we're doing a Reiki class on October 18th. And Kimberly, I meant to tell you that's the date if you're able to make it. It's a Saturday. Let me know.
that's the date
That's
of the
the date
conference,
as
the
of
Team
right
Light.
now. Oh, is it? When is it?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Team Light conference, I think.
Okay. Of course, we always plan things on the exact same days without even knowing all the time.
Well, that's yes. So Monica, that's the my semicolon tattoo in there. I got it with a heart. Um, Monica, tell your kids we have a new way of moving forward. From now on, y'all need to set an appointment with me. I'm here for you. I want to help you. I love you. I will give you my full attention, but y'all need to schedule appointments. And I have I have business hours, and you need to decide when your business hours are, and that's when your kids can, yeah, that's when your kids can ask you for your assistance, unless it's an emergency. Because right now,
Boundary.
go ahead.
I was gonna say the boundary card. I don't know if she was here for me
Yeah,
reading about that, but yeah,
yeah.
sacred boundaries.
Yeah, I don't know that personally. I didn't get that from like talking to you. I got that from your aunt on your mom's side. Um, you are with all the loss that you just experienced in the last few years and especially recently, again, remember you are totally ready and equipped to do this. You are powerful and you are strong. You're incredibly intelligent and you're capable of running your life in a way that makes you truly happy and truly joyful. But you can't fix everybody and you can't help everybody, and don't let all of this loss put you into even us on the path where you feel like you have to rescue everybody because you're afraid of losing them. You're not going to lose anybody else for a while. And your kids are a product of you, and so they're just as strong. They can make decisions. They can run their own lives as well. But you need to spend half your day focused on yourself. That doesn't come from ego at all. That means that I am watering my own garden so that I can actually be there for other people. I have posted the business hours. Y'all can make an appointment, and then you can help whoever needs you. Everyone comes to you for help, and right now that's a lot. Oh, okay, so Monica says she gets in her own way. This is what she needed to hear. Yes, you and I are tattoo sisters. I love you too. Um, if I'm right and if Amber's right, it's because we're mirroring you. And Monica has struggled with pleasing everyone and finding strength with all the loss, and you need to remind yourself. And yes, yeah,
Poor girl, we got you. Just little
yeah,
reminders.
yes. And Shannon, I think you're still here. Shannon, text me, and if you want to hop on next Friday with us for a little bit, that would be fantastic. Um, okay, thank you, uh, goddess of tarot and Reiki and gardening, Amber, my sister.
Multi-dimensional, all kinds of things. You just can't even put it into words, It's just,
Yeah.
I'm just here. I am just a sacred mirror for all of you, whatever I've learned this far of service to the collective humanity.
All right. Monica says, thank you, Amber and Kimmy. I love you, ladies. And right on, Shannon, text me. Okay, well, very cool. And I've been holding on to an amethyst this whole time. I just picked, no, actually, this is a really interesting, I thought it was an amethyst. This is actually a quartz that has a red stone that grew inside of it. I was holding that when I was talking to you, Monica. Okay, everyone, thank you. We are committed to showing up every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and right now 1 p.m. in Hawaii. But when our dumbasses do a time change, it's going to change for you. So I'm just going to keep putting PST.
It's fine.
In the central time, I think it was 2. Okay, y'all are adults. Everyone made it here. Please tell your friends. Please like and subscribe. And we have a lot of past episodes where our girlies, Shauna, Barbara, and Sage, have joined us. So we've done some podcast episodes. And then we have some ridiculous birthday videos where we just make videos for each other on their birthdays because we can't help ourselves. And if you like silly stuff, you can go watch those. And then we do have a quite impressive call to the Galactic Federation with Case Parks. So if you all happen to know our other friends, Tyel, Case Parks, uh, Team Light, which is Shauna and Rion, I formed this group a few years ago because I love my friends so much. I needed us all in one place. So, and then Star Council Magic is how you reach Amber and her partner Jay, and we're all here for you. I mean, anything you could possibly need, we have it in this group. So, thank you for all the hearts and the fire hearts that we're getting and the love. This was so fun and spectacular, and I cannot say how much I appreciate you all. And it felt very natural. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sending so much love and aloha from Maui. Love you guys.
Love you. Oh, and write questions down throughout the week and put them in the chat next week. And this is going to be, to my knowledge, when we end here, this should go right up on Enlighten Up. So if you want to rehear, that's not a word. If you want to hear the tarot card readings or go back over some information that we shared, it's there. So, all right, we couldn't do this without you. You all are the stars and we are just the mirrors and vice versa. And thank you for everything. And we love you.